What is up with it? Today we are going to be doing a little bit more of the replay viewer. We are going to be watching a couple high ladder players, both around top 50 on the ladder. This time it's going to be a Shanks versus a purple Luffy, and the purple Luffy is going to have a Kamazo, a Gum Gum Giant, a Law, a Sangoro, and a Luffy in hand. I have to imagine this is a snap keep, almost going first or second. And then the Shanks is going to have a Chopper, a Luffy, a Beckman, and a Shanks. I think that this is more likely to be a mole, but if we did win the rock, paper, scissors, maybe we can keep this. And they are going to go ahead and mole. And it actually looks like they're playing a little bit interesting of a build with the animal package as well as a Red Hawk. So let's go ahead and actually look at these deck lists. We're going to go ahead and have a pretty standard Luffy list, I would say. This Law is a little unique. Don't see that in too many lists, as well as Gamma Knife has become pretty standard recently. 3 Kamazo and 1 Franosuke. I would love to hear this person's reasoning for why they're playing 1 of this and 3 of these. Maybe somewhere in the math for the Straw Hat Searchers, it says you just need 1 additional target. Or they just RNG'd that shit. Who knows? And then the Shanks list being definitely more interesting. We're running the animal package, which is a package that I've, of course, seen run in Shanks, but I'm not exactly sure what the ratios typically look like. I have to imagine that this is close to standard. I mean, we're playing the good one. Obviously, we're playing the good one. And then we're playing the second good one, which of course we have to play. And then we're just kind of running the 2Ks. So we're not running any of the bad 1Ks, which I feel like makes a lot of sense as a package. Also interesting that we're running this 1 unblockable. I guess we're running this for like, rather than like a Goldie Roger, just because we're running the Nami Searcher. But definitely an interesting deck list. I'm interested in seeing exactly what they cook up. But we're going to go ahead and start with a Law, which is going to look at the top of the deck, which, by the way, let me know, guys. Do you guys like me just briefly discussing deck lists and everything at the start of videos? Is something I've been doing more because so many comments have been like, deck list, deck list, deck list, deck list, deck list. Do you guys want me to actually talk about the deck list, or you just want to see them? I kind of like talking about them, but let me know. And this Nami grabbed that Chopper. That's awesome. And then the Law grabbed the Zoro. Also awesome. Both players probably grabbing, you know, pretty close to what they were hoping to find. And this Zoro finding another Gum Gum. Probably, again, exactly what we wanted to find. So far, we are just finding everything we want. Both players. So we'll see how that goes. Typically, Purple Luffy is a deck where if he gets to find whatever he wants, he's probably the winner. And this Chopper is going to be rested. Latasio, if you are watching this, I would love to have a world where this Chopper put things sideways on the replay viewer. But it's not the biggest deal. I know what's happening. 5 at 4 is going to go through. 6 at 5 is going to go through. Okay, and now we're on our 6th Dawn turn. Of course, the Luffy Taro playing out the Sangoro. And this is looking really, really good for Luffy. I gotta be honest. This is looking really, really good for Luffy. We're going to go ahead and swing 6 at 6, which is going to demand a 2K. And then we're going to go ahead and swing 6 at 6, which is going to demand another 2K. And I have to imagine if we're going to do it twice, we got to go again. And that's going to demand a 1K. So really, really taxing the Luffy here. That Chopper also playing out this Hiking Bear. I have to imagine that's just going to get swung over with the greatest of ease. We're going to Gamma Knife this Luffy and swing 2 at 1. Okay, saying, you know what? If I can convert some of this Dawn into getting rid of some of the... Oh, wow, we found another Luffy Taro Sangoro if we want to drop it. And I think we probably will. I think we probably will. Oh, no, we're not going to. That's really interesting. That's really interesting. I wonder. So I guess we're playing just the Sangoro then. Oh, never mind. We're playing the unknown card, which is a Captain Kid. I feel like I would have Luffy Sangoro'd there. I definitely would have Luffy Sangoro'd there. That's really interesting. Also, okay. So this kid is going to be minus 2,000 power for this turn. And we are going to swing 6 at life, which is going to be met with a 2K. I feel like surely we just would have been in a better position if we Luffy into Sangoro, no? Maybe I'm tripping. Someone in the comments, if you have a strong feeling about which one of those was the better play between the Kid and the Luffy Taro, let me know. Okay. So we ended up playing the Luffy Taro this turn instead. Playing the Zoro, which grabbed us some counter. We're going to go ahead and swing, which will get blocked. And then we're going to go ahead and swing, which is going to be met with a Gum Gum Giant to protect our board. And now we're going to go ahead and swing 12 at 8, which is going to be met by another Gum Gum Giant. Maybe getting a little greedy with the 12 into 8 here, but I completely get where you're coming from. We are in a dire situation. I have to imagine 5 swings. I have to imagine the Shanks player is going to blow up here. Maybe if we had any Dawn active for these Red Hawks, we could get there, but these Red Hawks are just going to be dead in our hand, really showing the weakness of this card in the current format, in my opinion. I'm not exactly sure why some Shanks players are still running this. I feel like this card was a very Dofi targeted tech. A lot of players electing to not even play it in 09 because they felt like, hey, look, Dofi is the best deck. Even if I played this card, it's still an uphill battle. But Doflamingo only has like 20% of the pie. You know, the other 80% of my games, I don't want this bad card in my deck. Is something I heard from a lot of Shanks players, because I was always on the side of the argument of, hey, look, Dofi's the best player. It's the most played, or the best deck. It's the most played deck. You have to respect it in deck building, was always my perspective. And I had some Shanks players in my life come to me and say, no, look, you know, there's the other 80% of the room. I don't want to play this bad card, like yada, yada, yada. But definitely, you know, Purple Luffy once again showing, hey, if I can just find my curve, I can win regardless of anything. And the animal package and Gum Gum Red Hawk not being a great showcase for either of those this game. But thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day.